So this week we're in Tokyo. Yeah, I'm back in my second home in Tokyo. So we're out of the forest. We usually film by the fire. And we will have the 5D, 5-dimensional updates in section 2. And now we're gonna go directly into this week for your sign, filmed in Tokyo during Mercury retrograde. A lot of challenges communication-wise, a lot of love for us all if we dare to open up. Welcome to the show. Welcome to your sign. Hi there, Capricorn, and welcome to your modern shaman, Maria and RainbowLand, here with the weekly astrology forecast, intuitive astrology forecast with tarot cards for the week that starts at the 26th of November and ends at the 3rd of December 2018. Welcome. So, this week we are having Jupiter and the Sun together in your 12th house. And this is a house where we are talking a lot more about your more spiritual side of life and the way that you are when you are introverted. But through going inside yourself, you can actually access a much higher knowledge, a much higher understanding of your life in general. And this may make you seek some spiritual advice or something through your own practice, spending time on your own, doing something that will get you into stages where you are more in contact with the nameless, the silence. And you have to know that this will always take you away from whatever problem you have, because most of our problems are mental and in our heads. So it's always much better for us to go into the flow instead of always wanting to control things and put them in the right boxes, etc. But of course we have Mercury retrograde, so this can clutter up communications with others and give us delays, and people are not responding like you want, but you need to get out of the control, the need to control things, because then you won't, if you want to control and you get stuck in your mind again, frustrated, you're going to block the information that is going to come for you definitely through this 12th house period until your birthday. So we are in Tokyo now. I am in my second home here in Tokyo, and it's actually the last week that we are in this Japanese house, this Japanese room, where you can see the walls are made of paper. And to sit here, you put your feet into the ground, into the floor, and drink your tea around this table. And they have like a little dollhouse or whatever you want to call this up there. And I love it. Sometimes they have these little figurines over there, and they are just fans of paper walls in general, and of course of nature as well. This is my own stone, our stone. So your more spiritual and philosophical side will definitely be up, and you may encounter someone who has a fantastic insight into how you are inside of your deepest, more spiritual chambers. And it can also be that someone spiritual, some kind of spiritual guide, because we have Jupiter is kind of like the guru. So some kind of spiritual guide, clairvoyant, astrologer, tarot card reader, someone like that can enter your life. And I'm sorry for the little bit of a flimmering here. This lamp is a little flimmering. I really wanted to show you the room in details while I'm talking, but I can see that it's not the best light. I'm sorry for that. But your own spiritual abilities might be heightened again. Your own intuition and your own sense of how everything is connected. And also your desire to do some spiritual stuff may be heightened as well, and you are more empathic. But Mercury retrograde here in the 12th house is how can we say, can be a problematic matter, but because of the miscommunications that can go on. But you can also contact someone from the past, perhaps in the spiritual world. But Mars and squaring up with Jupiter and the Sun If someone about you is kind of like doing gossip or something, you know, talking bad about you, maybe it's a good idea not to reveal too much and not to I mean, go forward with a little bit of a cautious approach to things this week. Not move too fast and not tell too much. I don't want to make you paranoid. It's just that the 12th house is the house of hidden enemies. So, but I mean, keep the faith, trust the process, and trust your intuition. Also, it's gonna be good. So don't spend too much time on people you don't know, and don't trust. Maybe you will get more satisfaction by spending time alone than socializing, wanting to hang out with people with the 12th house things going on. It'll be your birthday and fun time soon enough. And we still have Uranus and Venus in an opposition. So maybe you are going to have a lot of different thoughts about how you are living, your house, and with who you are living, and how is it going, how do you feel about it. So you can expect a period with more reflective considerations about things, and after the 22nd of December you're gonna blossom, you know, when your birthday time comes, and come out of the closet again. Don't worry, don't be impatient. Acknowledge and accept this time of introspection. It's good for you, and it will make you blossom even more once you finally decide to come out of the closet as we reach Christmas. But now it's more like a time for you to spend time with the less obvious sides of life, the less visible sides of life, the less material sides of life, the more esoteric sides of life. Maybe that's even why you are on this channel right now. Let's take the card of the week. I could see myself, so I'm like, oh, the glasses, you can't see my eyes. I'm always told when I'm wearing these red glasses, but I love them. Anyways, card of the week, astrology card of the week. For the Capricorns, let's see what we can do. What is the astrology card of the week for the Capricorns? Whew, it's the 8th house, endings and beginnings. Very similar actually to the 12th house, because things end and things die here, and always when stuff ends and dies, it's because the universe wants to make room for new stuff. Let me take the other card to put the two together. New and better stuff, because we are evolving, and hopefully you are too. And Pluto is in your sign. Pluto is the ruler of the 8th house, so you are transforming on a deep level. Your whole personality, you are definitely breaking down old routines and old ways of doing things. And you've been doing that since 2007 for a long time. And if you haven't been doing it, life has definitely punished you in one way or the other by just removing something from your life that you really held dear, so that you could move forward, taking away your family, taking away your job, taking away your family, father or mother, or something that kept you in the same old same. Is what Pluto just takes away, and it feels merciless, but it's giving you, you're growing every time it happens. In this period you may also understand some of the things that has been going on for all of that period. Oh yeah. We have the 7 of Cups here. Can you see him? He is looking upon all his dreams, all the illusions, all the possibilities, all that he was feeling. Like something is ending here, something you need to let go of a weight of you idealizing, like, this is the life that I wanted, why am I not having it? Because I thought that was the only thing that could make me happy. But now the 8th house, Pluto, as a ruler in your house, sign is saying, no, we're going to change things. You have to change the way you think about who you are and what you need to be you, and consider things in a new and another better way for you. So some dreams that you had and some ideal ideas about how life is, when it's the best, are probably going to be forced away from you, then you have to let them go and have to let them die. And then just wait patiently and expect new and better things to come your way. Especially as the sun moves into your sign after the 22nd of December. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. See you in section 2, and thanks for watching. Welcome to section 2, 5D updates for you. So as I said before, Mars is in Pisces now, since the 15th of November. That is the 12th house collectively. And as we're talking about the 5D, and this is a program where we will every week go into how to upgrade and update your 5D, then prayer is something very important here. And for 5D, the 12th house is essential. So Mars being our actions, our motivation, getting things done with self-esteem, wanting to push forward, energy, then yes, of course, we need to talk about Mars and Pisces in regards to the 5D upgrade. With Mars and Pisces, we are less motivated to go after the 3D goals. We are more motivated to pursue the spiritual or more emotional drives during this cycle. And it's gonna go on until we reach January, where Mars is returning to Aries. So we should always try, or we could always try, to take advantage of wherever a planet goes, and whenever a planet enters a certain field, there's certain doors that just opens that much easier. That's why I make these reports, for you to be notified about what you can take advantage of now. Our energy during a phase like this is more variable rather than straightforward, and also up and down. We dislike confrontation during this period, which is good, because Mars often gets into a battlefield. So we often put other people's needs ahead of our own during this cycle. So that is our more idealistic side that comes to the forefront. But prayer has also got to do with the 12th house. And why is it important to pray? And what is prayer? Well, a prayer keeps us connected with our higher selves, that knows which way we are meant to go, and thereby detaches us from our egos, the source of our desires being our egos and wishes, that are often disconnected with conscious and fully open contact with Source, Creator, Master, God, whatever you want to call it. We're reminded of what we came here to this planet Earth, this beautiful planet, to develop towards on the path. Well, if we surrender ourselves 100% completely, as we close our eyes and quiet our minds and say a prayer, you might have a fixed prayer, or you will have a prayer that is a prayer of your heart, coming from your heart. Maybe it's a prayer for someone else that you love to be in a better state or to get well. A prayer is always that much stronger when it comes from the true space of an open mind and open heart. Because if it stems from the ego, you will probably attract something that your ego needs and not your higher self, and that won't ever get you going any further forward. So of course, before finding out what you want to pray to. I mean, within different traditions, there are different prayers already handed to us if we need help. But it's a good idea to get to know that you're in contact with that side of yourself that you really want to move forward with, so that your prayer also get aligned with that. Let's say you choose to pray for that you can be less selfish and more selfless. It can also be that you pray for that you are less reactive and more responsive from the heart. It can also be that you want to go from restlessness into peacefulness, from darkness into light, or from heaviness to lightness. These would be the kind of prayers that would come from your higher self. These are the kind of prayers that our higher selves often wish for, because the higher self knows that if we make prayers like this, it's the same as getting fully into alignment with our higher selves. Because our higher selves are light, are peaceful, are selfless. That is the essence. What we are outside of our 3D bodies, our ego, our mind. I'm not saying that we should not use the mind. I'm just saying that there should be a balance, a natural balance. It is not natural for a tool to be in charge, and the mind is a tool we can use when we need it. We made it as us, as something that we identify with. But it is not. We can close the door and open it only when we need this tool. There are places where it's easier for us to connect with our higher selves. For instance, where I usually do the reports, the weekly reports, is in the nature, or where I have been doing it for the last months since I went away from Tokyo last time. So much easier, because in nature we are in harmony with ourselves, because it's natural there. Our heart beats naturally, our breath gets into natural alignment with all there is. Sometimes in the bigger cities, when we're around people who are also affected by the inevitable noise and vibrations coming from all sides, disturbing our natural harmony, well, the ego takes over so much more easy. This week, for the first week in a long time, I'm filming from Tokyo, but also here I can see the beauty. Even though we have modern buildings, you can see the aesthetics and the beauty and how they're shaped, and the lights in the night. Find what is mysterious here. Find what calls for the heart. Find what makes you sing. Find the nameless in the city full of names and signs. You can give yourself the time to let time fly. Release yourself from the 3D linear time and go into synchronistic time. As I said last week, that time where you wait for the signs, you don't make your ego react and take the choices, make the calls, unless you really have to, because we still live in a 3D world. But whenever you're able to, listen to the signs instead of your mind. Listen to your heart. Listen to your higher self. Be quiet. Quiet your mind, so that you can hear your heartbeat. If you want to jump off the train and come to another level, time is now to find the stillness. Believe that you dare let go of your ego and listen to the needs of your higher self. Do you dare to become a servant for something bigger than the ego? Something that a part of you already know the road towards. Do you know what your call is? What is your call? Mercury retrograde is here to bring chaos and confusion to your winter holidays, they say. But not just that. It's also here to make you reconsider how you can communicate on another level with wisdom instead of the old patterns of communication. Benefits will come that exceeds the goals of finding peace once you dare to listen to your higher self. I swear to you, that journey is so much more beautiful than any journey your mind can imagine. Maybe you want you want to get out of a stressful life and into a peaceful life. Maybe you want mental clarity. Maybe you want to find this inner peace. But I tell you, if you allow yourself to find the right tools to get into your higher self, there's a prize that you will get far, far bigger than anything you can feed your ego with, something that will last. I found my way through following the signs of synchronicity for 20 years. I used meditation, I used yoga, I used kindness above it all. I felt many times, fell through, but I got up again and I continued to follow my dreams in my heart and inspire people towards kindness, towards their calling, towards the life that is natural for us to live in harmony and balance, in love and kindness, where joy lifts us up and cleans us, where we take responsibility in our relationships and live conscious relationships. But the choice is yours. You can make the difference around you, all around you, but you have to make the choice. The choice is yours every day, every time you speak to someone, every time you do anything. You can choose to be aware. You can choose to be in a meditative state or a 5D state where you feel that your body is just, what do we say? We call hylster in Danish. What is it called in English? Just a shell. The soul is so much greater, wider, bigger, and wiser. Write me privately if you want me to find a meditational teacher for free, a free one somewhere near you, no matter where you live. If you want to try to use this tool that I have. There are many tools. As long as you follow your heart, then you know you're on the right path. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu, as we say in Japan. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. Hugs. Neptune retrograde is also this month, or this week actually, that it goes forward again after 5 months. November 25th, it turned forward to move forward. And Neptune rules over spiritual evolution, over personal transformations and dreams. When it goes retrograde, it takes away delusions and makes room for realities in these areas. Neptune retrograde will have pushed you into doing things and getting real, rather than just spending your time thinking and dreaming about your future in the areas it has been touching in your life personally. Neptune retrograde clash with the effects of Mercury retrograde because they are in square, and also for the qualities of these two. During Mercury retrograde, we're encouraged to take things slow think everything through and reflect, revise, reconsider. Uranus, who we also have in retrograde, is all about change, so different from Neptune retrograde. Neptune retrograde gives us the energy to get things done. It's been a good idea to still take things slow during the last 5 months, to not don't do or say anything big without giving it a lot of consideration. The Mercury retrograde can mess with our ability to have serious conversations, to truly understand what people are trying to say to us. 3 times a year it goes retro, changing speed in its orbit around the sun, making it look like it moves backwards. This change affects us all here on Earth. Communication, movement, and technology issues. Any general feeling of confusion gets to come up. On November the 16th, Mercury went retrograde for the last time this year. So this will have an effect on all of us. And it's not bad at all. It's not only bad. Because, of course, I'm standing here in an airport and everything is delayed, and I'm in another plane because the other plane didn't come, and so many things. But at the same time, I have been solving so many communication issues. Mercury retrograde is about taking things slow. That's why delays come, and thinking and reflecting upon the past. So this period isn't the best time to make a life-changing decision or to start something new, although you might be feeling certain changes due to the Venus now forward and Mars out of his cycle. But seen from the Mercury aspect, it's a good time to go over things, question your motives, and look into your soul. Speak with your higher self to see what you want to continue doing. Mercury retrograde gives us the opportunity to improve how we communicate our messages, our whole essence, and our energy vibrations to others. Reflecting and figuring out how to proceed with your life is a great way to end a year, a cycle, even though this year, or the new year, as we call it, isn't an astrological new year, because this is in Mars, where the astrological year cycle ends with Pisces, starts with Aries in the second part of March, and the latter part of March. But it's a really good starting point in getting a fresh start as we enter January, where Aries will also get back into his sign and start over new. Of course, Mercury retrograde will affect some more than others. Learning to walk again. Many signs have felt these times as learning to walk again, taking things slowly. I have heard 3 of my personal clients tell me these words during the last couple of weeks. I am learning to walk again. Not only learning to communicate all over, but to walk our talk. And physically, for me, with my knee operations, to walk again in a new way. Venus is in Libra, is moving forward. And until the 18th, she's still in her cycle. But she's finding balance. We are finding balance in our relationships. How's this going on for you? Now in December, we are going to have her in the sign of Scorpio once again. Interesting. Because this is another energy. She's at home here in Libra. But on the 2nd of December, she moves back into Scorpio to go very deep on a level where we will transform. Thank you.
Yourself up, try again, one day you will break. No sigas las tendencias, sino tu corazón.